We are set?
Yep, so we're going to get it.
Can I ask everyone to be seated? I think there's some seats left over here. There are a couple more seats over here if anybody needs a seat. So welcome, everyone. My name is Kathleen Kelleher. I am interim CEO of the UVM Foundation. This is one of my favorite events, so I'm pleased to be here to open the ceremony. Today's investiture marks the continuation of a tradition established by the UVM Foundation in 2014 to formally celebrate the appointment of faculty to newly endowed professorships and chairs. And this provides us with an opportunity to thank the generous sponsors of these endowed positions. We are extremely pleased today to be celebrating the appointment of Dr. Toshiko Uchida as the inaugural holder of the Dr. Yvette Pigeon Professorship in Medical Education. And we wish to gratefully acknowledge Fred Chico Lager and his wife, Yvette Pigeon, for their generosity in making this professorship possible. Thanks to Mr. Lager and Dr. Pigeon and many others like them, there are now over 130 endowed professorships and chairs at the University of Vermont. Each one of the faculty members holding these positions contributes on a daily basis to the education of our students, to the research being conducted at this university, and to the advancement and discovery of knowledge that benefits all of us. It is now my extreme pleasure to introduce Dr. Rick Page, Dean of the Robert Larner, MD, College of Medicine, as well as Chief Medical Affairs Officer for the University of Vermont. Dean Page will preside over today's ceremony.
Thank you so much, Kathleen, and thank you for your leadership of the foundation. Good afternoon, everyone. It's really my pleasure to welcome you to one of the University of Vermont's most revered traditions, the Endowed Faculty Investiture Ceremony. We're privileged to have a number of special guests joining us to mark this occasion, including Interim Provost and Senior Vice President Linda Shadler and Dr. Krista Zala, Senior Associate Dean for Medical Education here at Larner and Director of Education for UVM Health. You'll be hearing from both of them in just a moment. We also have a number of special guests here, and I want to make note of those joining us online via Zoom. This includes the founding donors for today's professorship, Fred Chico Lager and Dr. Yvette Pigeon. I have not gotten to meet them personally. I'm told they would be comfortable, if not prefer, I refer to them by their first names, as I will intermittently today. Among the other online attendees, I know Dr. Lewis First is with us, and he offered his personal greetings to Yvette and Chico. Today, we have the pleasure of recognizing and celebrating Dr. Toshiko Uchida as the inaugural holder of the Dr. Yvette Pigeon Professorship in Medical Education, established through the generosity of Chico Lager, UVM class of 1975, and his wife, Dr. Yvette Pigeon, who received 3 degrees from UVM, an undergraduate degree in 1980 from the College of Allied Health, now the College of Nursing and Health Sciences, a master's degree in education in 1987, and an EDD in 1999. She served as clinical assistant professor in our college from 1999 to 2010. Some of you may also recognize Dr. Pigeon's name, as the atrium outside the Larner classroom is dedicated in her honor. I especially like the quote on the plaque that says, "It is only through each other that we fully experience the joy of learning in life." Now, this endowed professorship was created to support a distinguished faculty member who demonstrates exceptional dedication to educating and mentoring students pursuing doctoral degrees. As the inaugural holder of this professorship, only the second endowed position in medical education at UVM, Dr. Uchida demonstrates exceptional leadership and dedication in advancing her field. She joins Dr. Katie Huggett, holder of the Robert Larner, MD, Class of 42, Professorship in Medical Education, in strengthening UVM's national reputation for innovation in medical education. Endowed positions such as the one we celebrate today are enormously important and are among the highest academic honors the University of Vermont can bestow on faculty members. Investing outstanding faculty members with endowed chairs and professorships allows the university, and in this case our college, to recognize and celebrate academic achievement and to further encourage scholarship, service, and clinical excellence. At the Larner College of Medicine, named professorships and chairs are important in marking the successful trajectory of our high-achieving faculty members. By providing dedicated resources for research and scholarly opportunities, these positions enable our college's most gifted faculty to excel. These academic accolades further help us recognize our most distinguished researchers, mentors, and educators, and recruit and retain faculty such as Dr. Uchida. For these reasons, on behalf of the Larner College of Medicine, I'm tremendously grateful for this gift from Chico Lager and Dr. Yvette Pigeon. Now it's my pleasure to introduce UVM Interim Provost and Senior Vice President Linda Shadler, who is going to speak on the importance of the designation today. Please join me in welcoming the Provost Shadler. Old habits die hard.
Good afternoon. You'll hear many of the same themes from me today, and thank you, Dean Page. It's a pleasure to join you for this investiture ceremony and a privilege to be part of a wonderful academic tradition, which allows us to both honor Dr. Toshiko Uchida as an outstanding member of our faculty and recognize the generosity and visionary philanthropy of Mr. Lager and Dr. Pigeon. As provost, I have the privilege of attending many formal ceremonies, commencement, induction of new students arriving on campus, and investitures. And investitures are wonderful because it's a chance to celebrate our faculty, and there are few events that I find as fun as these. UVM's land grant mission has at its core a social contract, and the Larner College of Medicine's investment in the health and well-being of our community is one of the most important and visible ways that UVM fulfills that contract and advances its mission of education, research, and service. Outstanding faculty members like Dr. Uchida are absolutely vital to this work, which is why this gift and these investitures are so important. Endowed chairs and fellowships and professorships, allow the university to recognize and celebrate academic achievement and to further encourage scholarly and pedagogical excellence. Additionally, endowed faculty positions are a tribute to the holder and permanent legacies for the donors who establish them. Where is the camera? To the donors who establish them. Named chairs and professorships help ensure the quality and strength of our faculty for years to come and permanently reflect the interests and hopes of the donors. Endowed professorship and chairs are also important in recruiting and retaining the most creative researchers, the most effective teachers, and the best clinicians. Exceptional faculty members like Dr. Uchida, in turn, create a dynamic and engaging academic environment that attracts outstanding students. So it's not just impacting faculty, it's impacting the whole culture here on campus. And by creating this professorship, Chico and Yvette, you have helped ensure that UVM will always be a fitting home for exceptional scholars in medical education. Dr. Uchida, I'm thrilled to welcome you to this esteemed group of endowed professors and chairs. I'm sure the whole community is looking forward to celebrating your successes for years to come. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Provost Shadler. Since Chico and Yvette are joining us via live stream, we're really privileged to have a member of the family here representing them, who's going to provide remarks on their behalf. Jennifer Pigeon Greaves is a dual degree alumna from UVM, who now serves as Executive Director of Business Operations in the Division of Finance and Administration here at UVM. Please join me in welcoming her as she shares her remarks.
Thank you, Dean Page. I'm honored to be here today to read these remarks on behalf of Chico as we gather to celebrate my dear aunt Yvette and Dr. Uchida. Before I do, I'd like to share a few words of my own. It is because of Yvette that I am part of this amazing UVM community. When college was not a part of my plan, she encouraged me to take a course, just one course, just to check it out. She knew exactly which course for me to take to pique my curiosity and build my confidence to apply. And I was accepted. She supported me through my education, modeling the power of mentorship rooted in collaboration and care. After graduating, I began working at UVM, and for more than 25 years, I have led with those same values. My commitment to this community reflects Yvette's dedication to higher education and to the university. It is in this spirit that I now share Chico's remarks. Imagine me taller, probably with a ball cap on, deeper voice. Good afternoon. I'm sorry that Yvette and I are unable to be with you today, but we are honored and thrilled to take part in the investiture of Dr. Uchida as the inaugural holder of the Dr. Yvette Pigeon Professorship in Medical Education. As some of you may know, I was involved in the early years of Ben & Jerry's ice cream. I was in the room where it happens, as they say, for many of the company's milestone events, most of which were covered widely in the press. Yvette, on the other hand, did her work without comparable fanfare. At St. Michael's and University in Vermont College, she taught graduate education courses including adult learning and development and collaborative learning, which impacted hundreds of Vermont educators. It was a natural evolution when she decided to research adult learning groups for her doctoral dissertation, focusing prominently on 4 first-year UVM med students: Meredith, Sarah, Anne, and Fred, who worked together around a dissection table in gross anatomy. Dr. Diane McGrain, Associate Dean of the Medical School, who served as chair of Yvette's dissertation committee, had the foresight and vision to hire Yvette to create the Medical Student Leadership Group course. It started as a pilot project in the fall of 1999 with a couple of volunteers and 2 facilitators. Today, the renamed Professionalism, Communication, and Reflection course is foundational to Larner School's nationally recognized Vermont integrated curriculum. Yvette and I have never debated this, but there is no doubt in my mind that she will have left a more meaningful and lasting mark on this world when our blessed life together has fully run its course. I can take credit for helping to introduce the world to Cherry Garcia and chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream, which I think we can all agree are among the most notable achievements of the 20th century. Yvette, on the other hand, changed how future doctors are taught at one of the country's premier medical schools, redefining the art and science of doctoring by bringing connection, collaboration, and compassion to what had traditionally been a highly competitive culture. The ripple effects of her work on patients, their families, and other medical institutions have been both profound and far-reaching. As the donors of this endowed position, Yvette and I would like to briefly acknowledge 3 individuals. Excuse me, Connie Crosney, Yvette's dear friend and collaborator in education over many years. Tim Weil, our dear and steadfast friend, whose wide counsel we continue to rely on. And JP Martone, who created the Book Nook at the Davis Center. It was JP who, after reading Yvette's dissertation a year ago, sent her a beautiful letter that metaphorically slapped me upside the head and set in motion the events that have led us here today. Dr. Uchida, Yvette and I extend our congratulations to you, and we wish you the best of luck in your new role. It is so appropriate that you have been selected for this honor because as the inaugural Associate Dean for Curriculum, you will be uniquely positioned to continue to champion the core values that Yvette felt so passionately about. Appropriately, I'm going to give Yvette the last word. This is a poem she wrote and placed at the very end of her dissertation. She dreams competition and individualism are found lying in the stench of decay, putrid corpses no one will claim, no one mourns. Duality dissolves. We hear each other in a truth at the center as a whole, learning with and from others. Thank you.
Wow, that was amazing. First of all, thank you for your words. Chico, you're out there somewhere. I wish you could see standing room only here. Hardly a dry eye. This is just a beautiful event. We're so glad that you were able to share with us your perspective, and especially that beautiful poem by Dr. Pigeon. That really means a lot to us. It's now my pleasure to welcome a person who's had the opportunity of working directly with and being mentored by Dr. Pigeon early in her career as a faculty small group leader in Dr. Pigeon's medical student leadership group course from 2003 to 2005, Dean Krista Zala. Dr. Zala is a pediatric hospitalist, the Senior Associate Dean for Medical Education at Larner, and Director of Education for UVM Health. She oversees all college medical education programs, including admissions, the curriculum at both the Vermont and Connecticut campuses, student services, the clinical simulation lab, the teaching academy, and the continuing and interprofessional education efforts. Dean Zala, who received her medical degree at Larner, is a highly regarded mentor and award-winning educator. Dr. Zala will now have the opportunity to introduce Dr. Uchida to us. Please join me in welcoming Dean Krista Zala.
Thank you so much, Dean Page, and also thank you to everyone who's provided such wonderful remarks today. So good afternoon, everyone. It is an absolute joy to gather for an occasion that celebrates not only excellence in medical education, but also the people and relationships that make our learner community so special. As many of you know, my own path to medical education began here at the Larner College of Medicine, first as a student, then after my pediatric residency training at the University of Rochester. I returned home to Vermont to join the faculty and establish the pediatric hospitalist program at the Vermont Children's Hospital. As a new faculty member with a very busy clinical workload, I was gently asked, strongly encouraged by my department chair, Dr. Lewis First, a renowned medical educator and an important mentor of mine, to participate in a small group medical student course called the Medical Student Leadership Group, or MSLG. I had no idea at that time what an impact that yes would have. Despite the long clinical days, I found myself looking forward to the weekly 1.5-hour sessions with my small group of students. Sessions filled with reflection, growth, and the early formation of mentoring relationships that I still treasure. But what surprised me even more were the extraordinary faculty development sessions run by the course designers and leaders, Dr. Dana Walrath and Dr. Yvette Pigeon. Yvette had a remarkable way of reminding all of us that medical education is fundamentally collaborative, that we learn through each other, and that teaching is an act of community building. Her mentorship sparked my own passion for medical education and helped shape my careers in ways I never expected. Little did I know that those early experiences would lead me in 2012 to become Dean for Students, and then in 2019 to step into the role of Senior Associate Dean for Medical Education, first as interim and then permanently in 2020. And when I assumed that role, I was fully transparent. I care deeply about students. I love leading teams, but I am not a curriculum expert. I recognized early in my tenure that we needed to restructure our curriculum, leadership, and recruit an expert in curriculum design. The timing, however, coincided with a global pandemic and an LCME reaccreditation visit, which extended our search and required me to serve as interim curriculum lead. That experience only reinforced my commitment to recruiting a dedicated expert for this critically important role. Apparently, excellence refuses to be rushed, as the process took a bit of time. Then one day, an application arrived from an accomplished, thoughtful, nationally respected medical educator named Dr. Toshiko Uchida. Toshi interviewed with us in July of 2024. They always tell you not to fall in love with candidates because searches are complicated and offers aren't guaranteed. But that advice became very difficult to follow when, after the interview dinner, our team convinced Toshi to join us for a true Vermont creamy at Burlington Bay. There we were, posing for a photo with the sun setting over Lake Champlain, and I found myself thinking, oh no, I really want her to come here. And fortunately for all of us, she did. Toshi joined us in July of 2025 as the inaugural Associate Dean for Curriculum, bringing with her nearly 2 decades of experience from Northwestern, where she led clinical skills education, interdisciplinary curriculum efforts, and the clinical medicine element. She is a national leader in competency-based medical education, a former chair of the Association of American Medical Colleges Undergraduate Medical Education section, and a recognized expert in clinical skills assessment and simulation. Although Toshi grew up in Colorado and spent many years practicing and teaching in Chicago, she also has strong Northeast connections that I hope have helped make her transition to Vermont feel familiar and welcoming. Her educational pathway includes a Bachelor's of Arts degree in chemistry from Dartmouth College, a Doctor of Medicine degree from Harvard Medical School, and completion of a primary care internal medicine residency at Brigham and Women's Hospital. Her philosophy of inclusive, equitable education and her commitment to fostering belonging in both clinical and learning environments align beautifully with Larner College of Medicine's mission and values. But beyond the impressive CV, and it is impressive, Toshi is quite simply a good human being. Kind, collaborative, compassionate, grounded, and mission-driven. The type of educator and colleague who elevates everyone around her. And that brings us to today. The Dr. Yvette Pigeon Professorship in Medical Education, as mentioned by Dean Page, is only the second endowed professorship in medical education at the Larner College of Medicine and was created to honor those who demonstrate distinction in teaching doctoral learners, who champion the power of small group learning, and who embody the belief that we come to understand medicine and humanity through each other. To nominate Toshi as the inaugural holder of the Dr. Yvette Pigeon Professorship was a full circle moment for me. Yvette helped light the spark that inspired my own journey into medical education, and today we honor her legacy by investing in another exceptional educator who carries forward that same spirit of collaboration, innovation, and dedication to learners. Before I invite Toshi to the podium, I want to offer a special and heartfelt thank you to her family, her husband, Doug, her daughters, Lauren and Carolyn, her parents, Laura and Ron, and twin sister, Christy. Thank you for sharing her with us. Her vision and dedication are possible because of your support, and we are deeply grateful. Toshi, your leadership has already strengthened our curriculum, our community, and our shared mission to prepare outstanding, compassionate physicians. You are precisely the kind of educator this professorship was created to recognize. It is my great honor and truly one of the most meaningful moments of my career to celebrate you as the inaugural Associate Dean for Curriculum and the inaugural Dr. Yvette Professor of Medical Education. Congratulations, Toshi. We will now present Dr. Uchida with a medallion that marks this occasion and signifies her status as the holder of an endowed professorship. We hope she will wear it with her academic regalia at commencement and other official university functions. Dr. Uchida, please step forward and join us. I will now read the citation for this professorship. Dr. Toshiko Uchida is a highly respected mentor, clinician, teacher, and scholar with more than 25 years of experience in medical education. Through her research, teaching, and leadership, she will ensure that we continually improve the education and training of our future physicians to care for patients here in Vermont and around the world. Her presence brings great distinction to the Robert Larner, MD College of Medicine at the University of Vermont and to the Office of Medical Education. Dr. Uchida, the inaugural Dr. Yvette Pigeon Professor in Medical Education, we honor you today with this medallion, which serves as an enduring symbol of the excellence you strive to achieve in all aspects of your professional life.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Dean Zala, Provost Shadler, Dean Page, Ms. Pigeon Greaves, thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here. Thank you for those truly kind words. And of course, I want to thank my family. As mentioned, my husband, Doug, my parents, Laura and Ron, and my twin sister, Christy, who I'm pretty sure is watching us on the live stream from Chicago. Thank you so much. Of course, I am deeply grateful for your literal lifetime of support and encouragement. And most of all, thank you to Dr. Yvette Pigeon and Mr. Fred Chico Lager for your generosity in creating this endowment. I am profoundly honored and humbled to serve as the inaugural steward of the Dr. Yvette Pigeon Professor in Medical Education at the University of Vermont Larner College of Medicine. Our institution thrives because of the vision and leadership of alumni like Dr. Pigeon and Mr. Larner, who choose to invest in the future of our students and the good our students will do in the world. So as many of you know, I arrived in Burlington only recently, as you've just heard, having moved here last summer. I am so thrilled to have the tremendous opportunity to serve as the Associate Dean for Curriculum. And I feel so fortunate to be working along so many wonderful new colleagues who I can already call friends. I am a little disappointed I didn't have the chance to work with Dr. Pigeon directly, since I know we share a deep passion for education. In preparing for today, I was glad to have a chance to speak with colleagues who did work with Dr. Pigeon and to learn more about her remarkable impact on education here at Larner. As you heard, Dr. Pigeon made many important contributions during her time at UVM. And as you heard, one of the most significant was working with Dr. Dana Walrath to develop the course they called Medical Student Leadership Groups, which we now know as Professionalism, Communication, and Reflection, or PCR. So now, more than 2 decades later, Dr. Pigeon's vision remains a cornerstone of our curriculum. It is one of the most impactful educational experiences our students have. The fundamental structure of PCR has remained remarkably consistent since it was first imagined by Dr. Pigeon and Dr. Walrath. It's a small group of 7 to 8 students meeting regularly with a faculty member to explore the humanistic and interpersonal dimensions of medicine. What began as weekly sessions during the first year proved so successful and so necessary that it has now been extended across 3 years with an option for students to continue in the 4th year. Through PCR, students learn how to apply the lofty principles of professionalism while also engaging in candid discussions about the day-to-day realities of becoming a physician. Supported by curated readings and protected time for reflection and respectful dialogue, students consider topics such as moral distress, advocacy, power and privilege, and empathy. Courses like this were relatively uncommon at the time, but Dr. Pigeon's foresight helped establish a strong and flexible model, one that has evolved over the years while staying true to its central purpose, guiding students' professional identity formation. Of course, our students must master the foundational sciences, the physiology and the pharmacology, the anatomy and the pathology. All of these things are important. But what we all know as patients ourselves and as family members of patients is that it's the humanistic and professional qualities of physicians that are what matter most when we seek hope and healing. Dr. Pigeon devoted an extraordinary amount of time and care to ensuring that our students learn these essential principles, and her influence still endures today in the current iteration of the PCR curriculum. So once again, my deepest gratitude to Dr. Pigeon and Mr. Lager for their extraordinary generosity. I pledge to do my very best to carry forward Dr. Pigeon's standard of excellence in medical education. This gift will help ensure that our students continue to learn not only the science of medicine, but also the compassion at its heart, ultimately for the benefit of all the patients our students will serve. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toshi, for those amazing words and for just being part of the family here at the Larner College of Medicine and UVM. We're so privileged to have you here. The generosity of Chico Lager and Dr. Yvette Pigeon has made this professorship possible. And this is going to stand as an enduring legacy to their generosity and the commitment that they have to medical education in keeping with the missions of our college and university. The donors, Chico and Yvette, have already received a duplicate of this medallion, and we hope it will serve as a tangible reminder to the impact they've had. You're the first but not the last holder of this professorship. And just think, in perpetuity, we're going to be celebrating the life and career of Dr. Pigeon, as well as have this lineage of educators who are educating our students and all of us. It's really a wonderful legacy. It's amazing what these endowed positions provide for our college and the university. As we close today's program, I do want to thank again those who spoke today. Jennifer, thank you so much for representing the family. And I want to acknowledge those joining us, the crowd here and the even bigger crowd online, who I hope are really taking pride in what they're seeing happening here in Burlington today. We take pride every day in the research, teaching, and clinical care of the faculty members at the Larner College of Medicine. I want to emphasize to all of you, so much of what we do depends on philanthropy like we're witnessing here today. Keep it coming. And likewise, we should acknowledge all of the donors who have given to professorships and chairs here in our college and the university. Never more have we needed this kind of support, and we're so grateful for that. I want to thank everyone for attending today. This concludes our program. Please enjoy time with friends, family, loved ones, colleagues, and enjoy some refreshments. Please take care, stay well and safe. Have a great afternoon.